just announced what they'll permanently remove if they win in 2020 by Frank Lee for DailyVine.com. Democrats have a sick plan of what they wish to eradicate forever if they get lucky and win the 2020 election. As for now, there is not one single candidate who could provide President Donald Trump with the competition. Everyone from Joe Biden to Oprah Winfrey looks like an embarrassing opponent, to say the least. However, as they should, the Democrats are preparing for the next presidential election, and they have plans to permanently remove one very important sector of law enforcement if they win. The Democratic politicians are facing scrutiny from leftist pundits and activists about it, and they're about to go all in for the 2020 and remove the Immigration and Custom Enforcement ICE agency. Numerous leftist pundits and activists have clamored the Democratic Party and politicians over ICE because they think ICE is doing too good of a job. In their own words, they believe ICE is terrorizing neighborhoods, even though ICE's job is to arrest illegal aliens, in particular the violent illegal immigrants, or whatever. The question about ICE came up back in January when a former campaign spokesman who worked for Hillary Clinton stated that ICE should end because they were working as an unaccountable deportation force. That sparked quite a bit of commentary, and people asked where this backlash was for ICE when former President Obama deported over 2 million illegals during his 8-year tenure. Peter Hasson from the Daily Wire wrote more about the Democrats' 2020 vision to end ICE. Should ICE exist? MSNBC host Chris Hayes asked Democratic California Senator Kamala Harris on Thursday. Harris's answer, certainly ICE should exist, sparked a backlash among some liberals. Liberal writer Jack Merkinson on Friday slammed Harris for her answer in an article titled "Not Good Enough Kamala Harris." Any serious defender of undocumented people in this country would look at ICE and know that it is a cancer that needs to be excised from the U.S. Pretending that the most diseased levels of state power can be molded into something better is a useless fantasy. ICE must be abolished. Anything less is not good enough. Merkinson wrote on Splinter, a left-wing website. Kamala Harris is very likely running for president in 2020. It should be a political problem for her that she is not willing to take her criticism of ICE to their logical conclusion and call for its abolition. She should be asked over and over again why exactly she is willing to uphold the legitimacy of such a racist, corrupt, and thuggish organization, Markinson concluded. Anyone else who decides to run, Bernie Sanders, Kristen Gillibrand, Elizabeth Warren, Eric Garcetti, whoever that is, you name it, should be asked the same question. Left-wing publication The Nation on Friday pushed out a similar piece entitled "It's Time to Abolish ICE." The idea of defunding ICE has gained traction among immigrant rights groups horrified by the speed at which, under President Donald Trump, the agency has ramped up an already brutal deportation process. The Nation's Sean McElwee claimed major donor-funded groups on the left, including Indivisible Project, the Center for Popular Democracy, and Brand New Congress, now support abolishing the ICE, McElwee noted. ICE is terrorizing American communities right now. Maybe it's the other way around. The illegals are terrorizing the American communities. Angela Padilla, policy director of the Indivisible Project, told the Nation they're going into schools, entering hospitals, conducting massive raids, and separating children from parents every day. We are funding those activities, and we need to use all the leverage we have to stop it. Padilla mentions that ICE is terrorizing American communities, but casually forgot to mention that illegal immigrants have been terrorizing Americans. Kate Steinle and many other victims of crimes committed by illegal immigrants should not be tolerated. If there weren't so many illegal immigrants breaking laws that include violent crimes, then ICE would probably not be so active. When children are raped, murdered, kidnapped, or have other crimes committed against them by illegal aliens, then it's imperative that the United States has a sector of law enforcement dedicated to removing the criminals from the country. Many illegal immigrants do not break other laws besides entering the country illegally and live a very low-profile life. However, those who enter the country illegally and accept welfare benefits but do not work nor pay taxes also hurt the American economy and essentially steal money from the taxpayers that could be spent improving roads, schools, or other community functions. Yeah, but how would the Democrats have their voter base? The article in the Daily Caller later quoted ICE Director Tom Homan, who mentioned a very important statistic about the illegal immigrants that ICE has arrested. Acting ICE Director Tom Homan said Thursday that Democrats are being misleading about the illegal immigrants that his agency is deporting. 9 out of every 10 we arrested in the last fiscal year did have a criminal history, Homan told Fox News. They don't want to know the facts. They want to keep playing this political game and put smoke and mirrors up about what ICE is actually doing. It's very sad that Democrats will allow violent illegal immigrants to remain in the country and badger ICE for arresting them. Then have the never to label ICE as the terrorists of the neighborhoods. What about Kate Steinle? They don't care about Kate Steinle. What about every child who was raped, murdered, or harmed by an illegal immigrant? They don't care about that either. Why do Democrats favor non-Americans over Americans? Excellent question, because they don't even care about anybody. The only thing is they want control. Total control, and that's basically the bottom line. They want the voter base so they can have total control and rip off the country like they usually do. And they give basically crumbs, should I say, to their constituents, promising them greener pasture, but in the end, they just pocket the money and let everything fall apart. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.